Welcome to Tax Sale Insiders, the latest from Tax Sale Resources, bringing you information about tax sales from experts in the industry. TSR has interviewed a variety of industry leaders across the country, including Stephen Morell of Juristy in Louisiana, Maureen Zink of Carlisle Law in Ohio, John Stanko of Stanko McCarthy Law Group in Illinois, and many, many more. The following is just a small snippet of a longer, in-depth interview with one of these leading industry experts. We interviewed Randy Saunders, partner at Nelson Mullins. Randy's office is based in Huntington, West Virginia, but Nelson Mullins is one of the few firms with multi-state coverage focusing solely on the tax lien and tax deed process. So he joins us this time to talk about the Kentucky sales. In this clip, Randy shares how there are more servicing obligations in the state of Kentucky than in most, so stay tuned.
Well, in Kentucky, it's entirely different. There's a statute that says you can get this, but you can't do anything with it for a year. If you are like most of my institutional clients and you buy at a certain range, and we'll talk about that in a minute, you also have an obligation to do a payment plan. So your servicing obligation in the state of Kentucky is a lot more significant than other states, because the state has made that, just from a public policy perspective, as one of its kind of main thrusts, that it wants to, I guess, and it's probably good from an optics standard too, because it shows, in our industry, I think so often, we try to explain, look, if we don't come in and pay this, it's the kids and the school boards and where all this tax money goes, that's where the shortfall is going to be. But as we know, it isn't always reported that way. When when you got the tax lien for a vet in Maryland or Michigan that was sold for 86 cents, or those are the stories we hear. So, and I apologize, went down that rabbit trail.
I guess they put the statutes in place to kind of help the constituents,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, and so what what they want to see is, you have an obligation, and I'll talk about this more in depth, but essentially to get that payment plan in place, give them an opportunity to pay. You get the benefit of everything. Everything's added onto it. Your interest is 1% per month, obviously 12% over the calendar year per annum. That extra servicing obligation, and you don't have, if they fail it the first time, you don't have an obligation to do it again. And if you're not a big enough buyer, you don't have to, but you're not precluded from doing it. But then what happens is, after year one, you jump in and you've got to go through the judicial foreclosure process.